Hey, it's Susan. Welcome to tonight's episode of War Crimes Unit, also known as the Black Operation. Nice to see ya. Boy, dealing with Congress today, you know what? They drive me crazy. You know, it's like I need them, but I almost don't need them. I mean, I need them to help me with the case with my son, but they just are so, like, I don't know, oblivious to things that I just think, really? All right, well, I was finally able, I got some extra money now after, the last series of disasters. So I was able to buy a Skype card and call Congressman Mark Veazey's Washington, D.C. office today from a foreign country. And the representative that I talked to from his office, a staff member, is named Chris Kelly. Apparently he is the expert liaison in foreign affairs for U.S. Congressman Mark Veazey out of Texas. So, I told him, I said, you might want to see my documents. This is, we're dealing with some insanity here. And after he listened to a portion of it, he did want to see the documents. So, I mean, that totally makes sense. But the trouble is, I guess, what people don't understand is that other members of Congress that have been negligent in this case, one being U.S. Senator Ted Cruz, and another one being, the senators in Arizona, even McCain's office and Senator Kyle's office. There's so many of these congressional offices that have just blown this case off. So I was very clear to the point. I need the intel from the State Department on my 11-year-old child. So I had to email him, send him all these documents, and then I just put it in writing. I said, I expect the State Department to respond in writing that the major fault of this situation is the FBI, CIA Task Force, Joint Terrorism Task Force. I expect the response from the State Department to heavily cite them in this case. But I need the documents for the International Criminal Court. So when I get my son Adrian and his sister rescued, if I can ever raise enough money to do so, then I can also make sure they are legally protected. Because, see, here's the thing. The last thing that I want is to rescue these children and then get them out of the dangerous situation in the country that they're in, and then get to another country, which would not be the United States, get to another country and some jackass push me back to my own country, or especially push me back to the FBI, because we know in history that's what's happened. Foreign officials pushing me back to my own country and pushing me back to the FBI. So I gotta make sure that does not happen, so I need the documents. And so while I'm trying to raise money, I might as well do that. But God, they drive me crazy. I need the intel, the intelligence on my 11-year-old child so I can keep them safe under international law with the ICC. See how far I get. I'll keep you updated. Tonight's episode of War Crimes Unit, or the Black Operation. Keep your stun gun, machine gun, AK-47, or any other automatic weapon handy. There's world criminals and terrorists out there, not us. I'll see you next time.